My name is Ashley, and at 29 years old, I came home from a 5-day business trip to find my apartment eerily quiet. No barking, no excited jumping, no wet nose pressing against my leg. "Where's Biscuit?" I asked Ryan, my boyfriend of 2 years. He didn't even look up from his phone. "Oh, I took him to a shelter." My brain short-circuited. "You what?" He was too much work. The barking, the walks, the feeding schedule. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Biscuit, my golden retriever. The dog I'd had since he was 8 weeks old. The dog who'd been with me through my dad's death, my job loss, my recovery from surgery. Gone. Which shelter? I don't know. One downtown. Does it matter? You travel so much anyway. I travel maybe once every 2 months. This was my first trip in 3 months. I didn't say anything else, just grabbed my keys and left. It took me 4 hours and visits to 6 shelters before I found him. He was in a cage at the municipal shelter, looking confused and scared. The moment he saw me, he started crying and pawing at the bars. "That's my dog," I told the staff. My boyfriend surrendered him without my permission. They checked their records. He'd listed himself as the owner, claimed he'd had him for years, said he was moving somewhere that didn't allow pets. All lies. I showed them photos dating back 3 years, vet records in my name, his microchip registration. They released him to me immediately and were apologetic about the situation. "This happens more than you'd think," the shelter worker said. "Partners getting rid of each other's pets out of spite or laziness. Biscuit wouldn't leave my side the entire drive home. He kept putting his paw on my arm like he was making sure I was real. When I got back to the apartment, Ryan was watching Netflix. Oh, you found him. That was fast. No apology, no explanation. Like he'd just misplaced my keys, not tried to permanently get rid of my family member. I didn't respond. I went to the bedroom and started packing. Not dramatically, not angrily, just methodically putting my things in boxes. "What are you doing?" he finally asked. "Moving out because of a dog. Seriously?" I stopped packing and looked at him, really looked at him. How had I missed this level of callousness? "His name is Biscuit." And yes, he laughed. Actually laughed. "You're choosing a dog over your boyfriend." I'm choosing to remove myself from someone who would give away a living being that I love because he was too much work while I was gone. Someone who lied to a shelter to abandon him. Someone who doesn't even think he did anything wrong. "Oh my God, you're being so dramatic. It's just a dog. Just a dog." I continued packing. I called my buddy Marcus, who had a spare room. He said I could move in immediately, and Biscuit was welcome. The next part was petty maybe, but justified, I think. I made an itemized bill. Uber rides to 6 shelters, $127. Time off work to find dog, half day, $220. Shelter release fee, $60. Emergency vet check required after shelter stay, $190. Emotional distress evaluation. Yes, I went to my therapist, $150. Pet relocation services. Moving Biscuit stuff, $50. Total, $797. I texted it to him with a note. Payment due in 30 days. This is non-negotiable. He called immediately. "Are you insane? I'm not paying you for picking up your dog. You're paying me for the costs incurred by your decision to illegally surrender my property and the resulting expenses." Property. He's a dog. Legally, yes. Property that you stole and disposed of without authorization. "You can't be serious. Dead serious. Pay voluntarily or I'll file in small claims court. I have all the documentation." He hung up. I thought that would be the end of it. I was wrong. Update 1. So Ryan has lost his mind. First, some background I should have included. The apartment was his, but I'd been paying half the rent and utilities for the past year. I also bought most of the groceries and household supplies because he was saving for his personal trainer certification. Spoiler, he never signed up for any program. After I moved out, he apparently realized how much I'd been contributing. His first text came 3 days after I left. "Hey, rent is due. Your half is $950. I responded, "I don't live there anymore. You didn't give 30 days notice. You gave away my dog. Consider us even." Then came the phone calls. When I didn't answer, he started texting. "This is a legal eviction. You have a responsibility. I can't afford this place alone. You're being petty over an animal." I didn't respond to any of it, but I did keep screenshots. Day 5, he showed up at Marcus's place. Marcus answered the door. I need to talk to Ashley. She's not interested in talking. This is between me and her. Biscuit heard his voice and started growling. He never growls. This sweet boy who loves everyone was literally warning me about him. Marcus told him to leave or he'd call the cops. He left, but not before yelling, "Tell her she owes me $950 plus utilities." That night, I got a Venmo request for $1,100. The note said, "Rent, utilities, and emotional distress from abandonment." The audacity. He gives away my dog, and now he's claiming emotional distress. I declined the request and sent my own for $797. He declined that too. Then came the smear campaign. He started telling mutual friends that I abandoned him and left him with bills he couldn't pay, that I chose an aggressive dog over our relationship. Our friend Alyssa called me. "Ryan's telling everyone you just vanished and stuck him with the rent." That's not what happened, is it? I sent Alyssa the shelter paperwork showing Ryan had surrendered Biscuit, claiming to be the owner. The timestamp showed it was done 2 hours after I left for my trip. "Oh my God," Alyssa said. "He planned this. He waited until you were gone." Yep. That's sick. And he's calling Biscuit aggressive? He growled at him once after he tried to get rid of him. Word spread. People started asking Ryan why he gave away someone else's dog. His story kept changing. First, Biscuit was aggressive. Then Ashley asked me to handle it. Then I was allergic. Finally, it was a misunderstanding. Meanwhile, I was settling into life at Marcus's. Biscuit had his own corner of the room, his toys, his bed. He was still clingy, but getting better. Then I got a letter, not an email, an actual letter from a lawyer. Ryan was threatening to sue me for breach of oral contract, the rent thing, emotional distress, defamation for telling people what he did, the cost of his used personal training equipment, total damages. I saw it. $5,000. I laughed. Actually laughed. Then I called my cousin Jenna, who's a lawyer. "He gave away your dog," Jenna said, "and now he's suing you." Yep. Send me everything. This is going to be fun. She drafted a response that basically said, 1. No oral contract existed for continued rent after he committed theft. 2. His emotional distress was self-inflicted. 3. Truth is an absolute defense against defamation. 4. The personal training equipment claim was nonsense. She also counterfiled for my original $797 plus additional damages. Lost security deposit. I paid half, $800. Theft of property, Biscuit's estimated value, $1,500. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, $2,500. Legal fees, $500. Total, $697. "We probably won't get all of it," she said. "But he started this legal game. Let's play." Final update, court was yesterday. It was everything I hoped for and more. Ryan showed up in what I can only describe as TV lawyer cosplay. Blazer, briefcase, the works. He'd hired some budget attorney who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. I had Jenna and a folder of evidence. The judge, a no-nonsense woman in her 60s, listened to Ryan's side first. His lawyer argued that I'd abandoned a shared residence without notice, causing financial hardship. Then it was our turn. Jenna started with the shelter documents. "Your Honor, on April 3rd, while my client was on a documented business trip, Mr. Collins surrendered her dog to a municipal shelter. He falsely claimed ownership and stated he was moving." She showed the intake form, Ryan's signature, the lies in black and white. This was not his property to surrender. The dog is microchipped in my client's name. All veterinary records are in her name. Here is proof of purchase from the breeder dated 3 years ago. The judge looked at Ryan. "Did you take her dog to a shelter?" "It was too much work. She was gone and I—" "That's a yes. Continue." Jenna went through everything. The costs I incurred, the emotional impact. I had a letter from my therapist. The fact that Biscuit was a support animal who had helped me through trauma. Then came Ryan's counter. His lawyer tried to argue that since we lived together, the dog was communal property. The judge interrupted. "Do you have any documentation showing Mr. Collins contributed to the dog's care? Vet bills? Food receipts? Anything?" "No, Your Honor." "Then it's not communal property." Ryan's lawyer pivoted to the rent issue. The judge asked one question. "Would your client have taken this action if Mr. Collins hadn't disposed of her dog?" Silence. That's what I thought. The best part was when Ryan tried to speak directly to the judge. Your Honor, she's making this about a dog when it's about responsibility. She left me with bills I can't pay. Mr. Collins, you took someone else's pet to a shelter based on false pretenses. That's theft. The fact that she removed herself from a living situation with someone who would do such a thing is entirely reasonable. Your financial difficulties are a consequence of your own actions. Then came the ruling. Ryan owed me the original $797 in costs, plus $800 for the security deposit I couldn't recover, plus $1,000 for wrongful disposal of property, Biscuit, plus $300 in legal fees. His claims were dismissed entirely.
Total 287.
Ryan exploded. This is insane. It's just a dog. I did her a favor. She travels all the time. The judge cut him off. Mr. Collins, you've shown no remorse for your actions. The court finds your behavior malicious and deliberate. You have 60 days to pay. If you fail to pay, wages may be garnished. Court dismissed. Outside the courthouse, Ryan tried one more time. Ashley, please, I can't afford this. You couldn't afford to take care of Biscuit for 5 days, but you found time to take him to a shelter. I made a mistake. No, you made a choice. Live with it. His lawyer pulled him away. As they left, I heard him say, I told you this would happen. It's been 48 hours. He's already paid $500 through Venmo with a note. This is extortion. Jenna says that note is technically an admission of the debt. So thanks for that, Ryan. Biscuit and I found a new apartment. Dog-friendly, with a little yard. Marcus offered to let us stay longer, but it's time for our own space. Tomorrow we move in. Oh, and the best part. Remember that personal trainer certification he was saving for? Turns out he spent that money on a trip to Cabo with his sister last month, while I was paying for groceries and household supplies because he was broke. His sister posted the pictures on Instagram. Matching tattoos, expensive dinners, yacht day trips, YOLO with my ride or die. YOLO indeed, Ryan. Hope it was worth $2,897. Biscuit's doing great, by the way. He's learned a new trick where he plays dead when anyone says shelter. Then he jumps up and runs to me. Even my dog has a sense of humor about this now. We're good.